Okay, as usual in the beginning, I need like a minute to tune in and then I start talking. Okay, enjoy. Okay, I start with opening up the energy field. And bring in light. Then I expand the energy field. So expanding the energy field helps to hold more light in the system and also more awareness comes with that as well. So I'm expanding. And we always can have a more expanded energy field. So this also never ends, the expansion. And the result of that is that we can hold more light in the system and that light works on our system on a cellular level and transforms our system. And there is also, and it never ends either, like in this lifetime. So the work can happen until we leave this reality. This never stops on that level. So I'm expanding. Then I fill up the expanded space with light. Then I clear surface energies. So surface energies are just energies and emotions that are floating around the top of your system, and we don't need them at the moment. And those energies are basically the ones that are creating the noise. So when you feel there's just a lot going on in your system, so either on a mind level or emotional level, or just you feel there are a lot of energies flowing, it's always good to connect to a meditation like this one, or to the transmission in general, because it also helps to clear those energies so that the system just gets more quiet, that there is less distraction, less noise, that you can actually hear what's there for you beyond it, beyond all that noise, beyond those triggered energies. So there is the information from the beingness level, impulses, and the less is going on in your system, the more you see also how it's working, how your system is functioning. And it's also easier to work with your system, of course, when you know how it works, right? So I'm still clearing those surface energies. And maybe you can feel the more I clear those surface energies, the more light can come into your system. Then again, I open up the energy field more. And always when I open up the energy field more, the light can enter deeper layers. Then I open up the central energy channel. So I open it up more. The central energy channel is located in the center of your energy field, and this is where life energy flows through your system. So it flows from the root to the crown chakra, falls back down in all directions and flows up again and so on. And this is where life energy flows through our system. And we experiences in the present moment because of that life energy. And we experience it with all our senses, emotions, so with the whole body, and also it's reflected on the outside into our individual bubble of consciousness bubble. So I'm opening it up more and more and more. And we basically want to have that more life energy flows all the time, because the more life energy flows, the more life is experienced just as a flow and unfolding. Just a flow. Exactly like we heard before, go with the flow. This is then just happening naturally. Like there is no effort. You don't need to do it. You don't need to think about it. You don't need to try to go with the flow, because this is just what's happening. Okay, so accelerate the life energy. And I help it to flow more. So right now the energy is working on the heart chakra, also throat chakra, but also heart chakra. And I'm just going to assist it on the heart chakra level first. So I just clear a few energies that I see there. I can't. So it's just limitations. I can't. So always when you were offered an opportunity or offered something outside of your comfort zone or outside of your current experience, there's like this, I can't. So you're limiting yourself. This is very normal for the human system, but we're gonna clear it. So I can't, I clear the energy of I don't want to, it doesn't feel right, coming from the place of fear, of the unknown. So it doesn't feel right. It feels uncomfortable, I don't want it, no. So clear it. No. I clear those energies. right away. There's so much more light coming in. Okay, the energy is specifically bringing up limitations in our system. I mean, everything is a limitation, also our bodies, like everything is a limitation, and that's fine. Like we are here with certain limitations. This is just how it is. But certain limitations we don't need, and they're actually blockages. So the limitations of the body is fine because, of course, we need a body. But other limitations we don't need. Because except for the body, we are not limited. Um, yes, we all have our individual potential because we all have a different reason why we're here. We need to go different life experiences, have different learnings. So it's individual, and we have like an individual potential. But the limitations just prevent us from like seeing that potential being there. Okay. So I clear just in general first limitations. I clear the energy of limitation out of our systems just in general. The energy of limitation. And it's funny because I see freeing in two ways. So having limits is freeing on the one hand, because meaning just navigating within those limits is kind of freeing in a way, because you don't need to worry about anything if that's still in the system. So it's kind of in that limitation, there is also this free space. Yeah, that's just interesting to see. So I'm clearing this because it's not the highest truth, of course. So I clear it. And the system just prefers the known, it prefers the small, the limiting, just limits. That's just what the system prefers. Again, coming from fear, from the level of fear. So I just clear those limitations that are available right now. So different ones for everybody, of course, just clear limitations. And just to share what I basically see. So I see all sorts of limitations leaving, but there is like limitations of, you know, when parents said something to us, we can't do this or that, or we learned we can't do this or that. So limitations that are put on us from others, from other people, especially parents and teachers. This is what I see right now. So those limitations. Then in general, limitations of society. So always depending, of course, in which country we grow up and in which community. So there are always a bit different limitations. So I'm clearing also those ones. This is actually a really big one. I see a tremendous amount of light coming in because those ones are cleared. So it's just a very big blockage, those limitations. And interesting, I'm just looking for words, how to share what I see. So the limitations that are put upon us, that we are not part of God. So basically all those limitations, clearing them, or just, we can call it God, or just pure existence, pure being, existing, just existence itself. This is also a very big one, big limitation. And I get the response from the system like, really, 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 really. So it's like little realizations of the system. okay, this is, I mean, you know, it's one thing to read about this and to hear this intellectually, but it's another thing that the system starts to understanding that and just get a response from the system level. Okay, really, 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 I'm part of that, the whole of God, let's just call it like that, of the existence. And this is the thing. We can realize something on the mind level, yes, and that's fine. But it really also, like, the main part is the system part. So like an iceberg, right? So we have like the 5% is the top of the iceberg and the rest is in the water. So we see the 5%. And basically, I'm not saying that the mind is exactly 5%, but you know, I just get this visual for your understanding that the understanding needs the system. So this is the most important one. The mind, you know, if it has the understanding, it's perfect, but it's really hard to change things on the mind level because it needs to be changed on the system level. So like living from a very different point of view, from a different place, basically. Then I clear the part that prefers limitations because it feels that part likes the limitations. So I'm going to heal and clear that part. So we have these parts in our system that also prefers limitations. And this is opening up like in all areas you can think of. And it's different for every individual. So for some, it's like spiritually, you know, spiritual growth. For other people, it's growth in other areas. Like it's really different where the limitations are. We all have a very individual system and very individual limitations, although on the core level, it's all just energies. So this is why we just can collectively clear them like we do right now. It's very simple on that level. And there is a part in us that kind of feels a bit helpless around, okay, I don't want the limitations. I'm okay with giving them up, but I'm also not sure about, like, you know, this massive potential that's out there, this opening. So there's like this in between part. It's a bit unsure about all of this. So I'm clearing those energies as well. And I heal and clear this part. And right now there's expansion happening on the heart chakra level because we cleared a lot limitations. Expansion can happen on that area or in that area. And basically what's happening is the system gets more receptive. So this is just removing those limitations. The system is more receptive for higher information. This is just what I get. The system is now more receptive for light and high vibrations like love. The system is now more receptive. I just need to say this repeatedly because the information is for the system. And yeah, it just helps the system to open up more and receive it. So sometimes I say things multiple times just because the energy wants me to. You are now more receptive, you are now more receptive, you are now more receptive. And maybe you can feel how much light is flowing in and how receptive your system really is now. Maybe you can feel a difference. There is a massive change now, a massive change in the system. Yeah, big transformation is happening right now. So let's sit with this for 2 minutes in silence before I continue. And it's also very interesting when you look now for who is limiting. I mean, it's us, but right now, when you look for who is limiting, you're not going to find anybody. There is nobody there. So clearing the limitations also, for now, remove the one who is limiting. So it's always us. Of course, not on a conscious, like not like we don't do it on purpose, right? It's just part of our system. It's just part of the human system, that the limitations are there. So there is no blame or anything. It's just how it is. But we are limiting ourselves, and right now we are gone because we cleared also we cleared the limitations. And since we are limiting right now, we are basically cleared out of the experience as well. So we are gone. So if you look for who's limiting, you're not going to find anybody. So just enjoy that experience because it's really nice. And I'm opening up the energy field more so that this energy can enter deeper layers and also work on deeper layers and bring in that information. So bring in the light. Okay, the energy is working on the third eye chakra, helping to open up the third eye chakra more, also removing limitations on the third eye chakra. So I'm also going to clear energies out of the third eye. So again, limitations, all sorts of limitations. And limitations connected with the mind level, thoughts. So limiting thoughts, limiting beliefs, misunderstandings on the mind level, I clear those as well. Especially around the thoughts that we are small and unimportant and we can't, I guess saying achieving more, not from the ego level, okay? So more of like an opening level, opening the system from that point of view. Anyways, I just clear thoughts out of the mind and limiting beliefs and misunderstandings around who and what we are. And also interesting limitations around how things can get done. So when you move through your day, you do things in a certain way because out of habit or because you learned to do them in this certain way. And the mind often limits the possibility to do things in a different way, although you would reach the goal in the like also the goal or even like faster. And the mind then says, no, do it the way you used to, like don't try a new option, basically. So it limits us. So specifically those energies are shown. So if we want to like be creative, I guess it's the best way to describe it. We want to be creative in whichever way, then the mind limiting this creativity. So I clear those limitations, those energies. And what I'm gonna do now is so that our mind level, the thoughts, they have a tremendous amount of impact on our system because we're so used to using the mind and we give it so much credibility, especially because we learned from a very young age on using the mind the most. So this is just a tool, right? But we learn to use that tool the most from school on. We study and all of these things. And we give it a lot of importance. And this is why the mind has so much impact on our life experience as well, even though it's only the top of the iceberg, what I was just sharing before. So it's actually not really important. But the impact, what it has on our system, on our life experience, can be a big impact. So I'm just going to withdraw basically the power of the mind on our life experience, where I break down the energy around that. I dissolve it, start dissolving it. So withdraw the power of the mind. And it will just help, when you use the mind as a tool, or when you use your mind, it will just help you to use it in a better way because there's just less noise. So I'm still withdrawing the energy from the mind level. Still working on that. So for some of you, the mind will get quieter and more quiet. And for some, you might experience like so many thoughts rising right now. And it's really just the clearing that's happening. And some people, they just experience then the thoughts going like crazy. So there are even more thoughts than before. Okay. So now maybe you experience there is a lot more space in your head and around your head. So where the energy of thoughts are located, usually located, there is now a different energy in there. I just infused it with this higher truth information and also withdrew its power. So there is now different information on that level than there was before. And it basically helps to balance out that area so that you have thoughts, but not too many, so that it's exactly right for you right now. This can change over time, but everything happens how it's right for you right now. Now I can see on the heart level, so heart chakra, there's this yearning for something greater and for something higher in experience. And I'm also going to clear those energies because they are also a blockage in a way. Because what we want openness. So everything that we want also looks into a specific direction, looks at something specific, and this prevents us from seeing something else or something more. So this is why I'm clearing that energy as well. So the yearning for something more. Because we don't want to have the yearning for something more, we just want to have the openness. So we just want to be that, the openness for something more. Okay, I clear that out of the heart chakra. And I also cleared it. So heart chakra is always an identification. I want to basically reach, I want to reach higher levels of consciousness. I want to reach or live in a higher level of consciousness. I want to reach my true nature. So everything that's yearning for that wants that, I'm just clearing that. And just saying it again, I clear the energies and not like the aspiration from the beingness level that's there anyways. And this is what we want. I just clear those energies basically from the ego level that are in the way. And maybe you can feel it makes a big difference in the system. It expands the system a lot right away when these energies are gone. And again, I clear more energies out of the heart chakra. So energies around I want, so whatever it is, desires. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. So just certain desires. But the energy is always the I want. So what I have in the present moment is not what I want. Basically, I want something else. So this is what I'm clearing. Because all we get is the present moment, and all we get is what we get in the present moment, and that's it. And you can, we can want whatever we want, but it's not gonna come in anyways. And it's just a blockage, and it just prevents us from experiencing the present moment. That's really the only thing that exists. So I clear, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, I want it different, I want something different, I want something different, I want something different. I don't want what I'm experiencing right now. I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. So also clear the energy of resistance out of the second chakra. Clear the energy of resistance to the what we're experiencing in the present moment, whatever that is, because resistance makes the experience more painful if it's a low vibrational experience, because we are holding these low vibrational energies in the system by resisting them. And when we just say, okay, they're there, it's just how it is, and then I move on, I let this experience happening, and then when it's over, another one will come in. Basically, just have an open system. Energy can just pass through. We are more and more surrendered to the present moment. But if we resist it, that basically means we are holding these energies in our system. We are holding this low vibrational experience there. And, people can hold these experiences there for years. And this is what we don't want. We want an open system. We want the energies moving through all the time, non-stop. And that's why clear resistance, clear resistance, clear resistance, clear resistance, clear resistance. And the I don't want, again, heart chakra, is everything around everything you don't want in the present moment or in the current experience. So not in this exact moment, but when you were like in the past or in previous experiences, basically. So stuck energies in the system. So there is no past, but as past. So we just experience the past by those stuck energies. So those ones I'm clearing. Yeah, and in general, I clear out of the system energies around desires. So desires around things that you don't have and you think you need. Coming from the ego, coming from a misunderstanding, coming from conditioning, coming from, stuck energies in your system. So I'm just clearing those. Because desires are really, they're a tough one, because we can like move mountains to reach our desires. But in the end, we're not going to get what we're actually looking for. So I'm just clearing a few of those energies, although the human has a lot of desires. It's just how it is. I'm clearing the ones I'm getting right now, or I can clear right now. And it's fine that we have them, because it's just part of the human experience. But with this kind of work, they're getting dissolved over time as well. Okay, I'm getting an image how to describe desires best. So there is a pathway and it's just straight, and you just need to walk along the pathway, and you're exactly getting there where you need to get in the fastest possible way. But then in the distance, you see like this, I guess I just see like this mountain or this hill of just blinking golden, it's just blinking. And then the person who walks along the track, the straight one, just really gets distracted. Oh my God, there is like so much sparkly golden bling bling happening over there. I go over there. But in between, there's like a lot of obstacles, but you just see this bling bling and you just walk towards it, you walk towards it, you walk towards it until you get there. And then you just see it's like um, it's so funny, the images I get sometimes. It's like a hill with broken mirrors and the sun is shining and there's just the mirrors, it's reflecting the sun, and this what makes the sparkle. So you went away from your original path towards this what you desired, moved over a lot of obstacles on your way, seeing it. I mean, it looks nice, but you're actually not really getting what you're looking for, and you're totally away from your path, like the fastest one. So this would be a desire. So it pulls you away from the fastest track or the best possible life experience from your true nature perspective, from the highest truth perspective, towards a desire. And this is really about just ego desires, like fame, I don't know, popularity, like just um the ones that blow up the ego, like those big ones. So those ones I'm talking about. More money than you need, a better job, just something where you feel like there is a bigger outcome than you're experiencing right now. So those kind of desires. So just clear those energies. So the ones that take you away from the original track. And these are just a few examples, like it's very individual for everybody, what the desires are. Okay. Again, there's a lot more expansion happening, a lot more light coming in by clearing a few of those desires. So it's just also energies in the system. Okay, and I'm also getting the desires can also be very innocent, like more love, wanting to experience more love, being more the center of attention, being needed. It's also desires in a way. You're getting something, but it's not what you're actually looking for. Okay, so let's just sit with what we have basically worked on in this meditation for a few more minutes before we finish. So about 4 more minutes. So just enjoy the energy and the expanded space and the amount of light flowing in, because there is so much light present. Okay, we are finished. Thank you so much for joining, everybody.